normally I think that there's this balance between pride and a bit of shame.
Hmm.
That this is a dynamic that we're trying to constantly battle with. Because, that's the history that we get taught in this country. For me, I think it's maybe a more common story than we think.
Hmm.
It's just that, again, that maybe we don't talk about it enough. Because I had a very similar experience that you just outlined. It took me quite a few years later, because I was very much ingrained with that mentality of, again, even if you talk about like gender roles, like, men are to have short hair, women are allowed to have longer hair.
Hmm.
So it was kind of learning to break that mold. I will honestly say, and hopefully any brothers who are watching may agree. I will say for me, one thing that definitely bolstered my confidence as a Black American was when Black Panther came out.
Ooh,
Like
yeah.
that was a moment that I remember,
Really.
like immense pride,
Hmm.
like immense pride. And normally I think that there's this balance between pride and a bit of shame.
Hmm.
That this is a dynamic that we're trying to constantly battle with. Because, that's the history that we get taught in this country.
Right.
A lot of it is a lot about shame. And so I think that was like a moment where it just kind of thrusted us forward. And it was like, this is this is the pride that you should feel, because this is where we come from. This is the heritage. Obviously, it's a fictional country, but it's representing a greater diaspora, right, that we're from. And so I remember that kind of moment. It was like, yeah, celebrating hair, celebrating the textiles, the clothing, right, all of that. So beautiful moment. And I had already started growing my hair at that time, but it just helped like reinstill some more confidence for me at that time. I was like, yeah, I should embrace this, because like you said, same thing. I hadn't really done it before, and I definitely didn't know what I was doing. I had to ask cousins and some lady friends I had and watch a lot of YouTube videos from women about curly hair and like how they deal with that, just trying to learn. Thankfully, there's YouTube now. So
Shout out to you.
try to learn a lot about that. But yeah, that just the concept of like, again, what's acceptable, what's not. I remember when I first gauged my ears, my tias were first like, that's not Christ-like, essentially. Or when I got a couple of tattoos, like, that's, you're not doing right by your body. And I'm like, yeah, but my stuff represents me. My tattoos actually are representing my family. They're all symbolic. And so I think it takes time to get comfortable enough to be able to express that, right? Why do you have what you have on? Why are you wearing that do-rag? What's underneath that hair? Why are you growing your hair in that way? Because it all represents aspects of who I believe that I am and the life I'm trying to live. Right? I had to get comfortable even braiding my hair and feeling like you said, am I making myself more of a target? Because people are going to automatically put me in this box, and then maybe they're going to think I'm more threatening because I have braids on, or because I have a do-rag on, and they think, is he a hoodlum? No, I'm just a person. You may not know, and that's okay. I have no problem in educating you if you don't understand what these things are for, but don't mischaracterize me and think that I'm somehow a threat now.
Right.
All of these complicated, convoluted issues all make up this journey to discovering us, which is how we figure out what is our authentic self. It takes all of these discussions that we're laying out, and we were talking about hair a second ago.
Right.
But it takes all of these different attributes to neatly eventually package it together and say, this is me. This is who I am presenting to the world. I don't think if I had really gone on this journey and really started to fully understand and appreciate who I am in all aspects of me, I wouldn't even feel confident talking to you on here right now. Because I might be questioning myself, like, oh, should I have worn that? Should I maybe not had my hair in braids? Maybe I should have went like this. Because I'm worried about are people going to misunderstand who I am? But I feel very confident at 35. This is me. Now, I can still evolve. I can still grow, as you can, as anybody else who's listening and watching can. But to me, we just got to give each other the space to do that and stop making it seem like everybody at like 19 or 20, even though we know we all made mistakes at that time, we act like we forgot. That you're going to say things maybe you didn't mean. You might say something insensitive. You might misidentify somebody. I don't think everything is out of being malicious. I think it's part of us learning these new dynamics, these rules, right? These unwritten societal rules and norms that are constantly changing. especially in the social media era. And we're
Yep.
trying to learn how to navigate them, maybe while still being respectful to other people, but understanding that we are still formulating our own opinions about the world and the way that we see it.